Alright, today we're going to go through some kind of navigation basics and flight basics. Not really flight basics, mostly just talking about interstellar travel and how do we get from this system to the next system and to a destination starport in that system. So we're going to go into starport services here real quick, and just to make things worthwhile, we're going to try to find a mission for us to do. So looks like there's... there are some missions here, but these are all kind of not the kind of missions that I want. These are all kind of go gather things for us type missions. So what we're gonna do... You know what, we'll make this video a little longer. We're going to go find where we can get pesticides from. So we're going to accept this mission. I have no idea where to find pesticides, but we're going to do it anyway. By the way, LFT 1300 Federal Holdings I know is allied with me because I checked earlier, but we're going to look again. We're going to punch 3 real quick. I'm sorry, 4. We're going to punch 4 real quick to go to the right-hand screen here, and we're going to look at the reputation screen. And as you see, I'm a Federation pilot because I'm allied with them, and I'm a post commander with them. And LFT 1300 Federal Holdings is also allied with the Federation. So if I'm doing a mission for them, it's not going to hurt me to do that mission. Okay, so I need to find pesticides. So let's go here. We're going to go into the galaxy map. And we're going to do a little bit of filtering. So this is a little bit more advanced than just navigation like I promised. We're going to do something here that's way more complicated. So we need to find pesticides. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of filter out some of these things that we don't need, like ceramics, weapons. Pesticides are probably going to show up under chemicals. So we're going to go into the chemicals here. We're going to uncheck all the other chemicals. And what that's going to leave us with is not a lot. So somewhere around here, pesticides are actually transported in and out of some system nearby. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a little bit of cash, possibly. Looks like I already have trade data for CACAF. Let's look at Arth here. So we're going to go and get some trade data from Arth, and hopefully what we're going to find is that either someone's trading to them or from them for pesticides, and they are. So we'll go over here to LHS 3295. And I'm just kind of randomly picking systems around here that might have pesticides. And of course this is costing me 100 credits each time I do this, but when we're talking about making 10,000 credits, it's kind of peanuts. Let's see here. Let's see if these guys... Wow, no one does pesticides. Need to find some agricultural system or something here. Seriously? Wow. Okay, so this is kind of turning out to be a little harder than I made it sound like. So, as you can see, you can spend what feels like a lot of money doing this, and I actually am spending quite a bit of money doing this. I mean, hundreds of credits at a time, it's not much, but it's definitely more than I intended to spend doing this. Really? Whoops. Somehow I found a bug in the game. So, here we go. Arth actually looks like they were transporting pesticides. So, lesson here, guys, is make sure you check and uncheck the thing that you want to see. Even if you click Show All, sometimes it doesn't filter right. So that's my bad. So, Arth probably has a station in it that sells pesticides. So we're going to go into the system map for Arth. That's really embarrassing. I am really sorry. And I'm going to apologize a lot. And there's only one station in here, and we're just going to check and see. So they're a high-tech refinery type economy. And they don't specifically list pesticides here, but that doesn't mean that they don't have it. So I'm going to take a wild stab that they probably do. And I exited all the way out. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. So we're going to go find Arth again, which was right here. It's a system over. And it looks like Arth actually exports to quite a few systems around here. And we can tell that by the direction that this little purple arrow is flying. We're still filtering for pesticides. So we're going to plot route here. And we're going to return to the surface, and while we're returning to the surface, we're going to go back into Starport Services real quick, and we're going to refuel our tanks. While we're doing that, we're going to check and see in our contract. So to look left, I punched 1, by the way, sorry about that, and we need 12 tons of pesticides. Now I've got a little bit of capital to do this mission, so I'm going to have to go buy the pesticides. So basically, I'll probably spend like 5,000 or 6,000 credits worth, and then basically I'll get reimbursed that and then some. Typically, that's how these missions work. Alright, we're gonna fly out of station real quick. And I'm gonna hit T to deselect the station as my target. And as you see, I now have Arth targeted because we selected it as a waypoint. And it's showing up on my compass in the left-hand side of my radar as a white dot, or as a white circle that's hollow. If it's hollow, it means it's behind you. If it's white and solid, it means it's in front of you. So that gives you an idea of where you need to turn to point towards that station. And I'm going to hit J, and we're going to jump to this station. Excuse me, we're not jumping to a station right now. We're jumping to another solar system. And when we jump to that solar system, when we drop out of, I guess it's hyperspace you would call it, we're going to be jumping, we're going to be dropping out of hyperspace down into good old-fashioned super cruise. Now, super cruise is much faster. We can go many light years a second in super cruise. But something really important to know, by the way, I throttled back while we were in hyperspace, so I didn't fly straight into the sun there. So we're going to punch 1 real quick, and we're going to go into our navigation menu, and we're going to go and select Midgley Dock. And we're selecting Midgley Dock because, well, when we were looking at the galaxy map, we saw that it was the only station in the system, and supposedly these guys export pesticides. So we're about 160 light seconds away from Midgley Dock. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to back off on the throttle a little bit until my throttle indicator is in the lower part of the blue band. You only want to do this when you get really close to the station, like within 10 or 15 light seconds from the station. And what we're going to do is, instead of flying directly at the station, we're going to kind of arc towards it. Now, we're really close to it, so we're not going to have to worry about being interdicted too much. But by arcing our way towards the station instead of flying directly at it, we make it a little harder for pirates to interdict us. They have to actually get aggressive and get behind us. So with the way the interdiction mechanic works, they have to be going faster than you, and they have to be behind you. So by spiraling our way into the station, we prevent them from getting behind us, or we make it at least harder for them. And the goal here is, as I get close to the station, pretty much when I'm within, less than a few 20 million meters, right? I'm going to try to get myself on the side between the planet and the station, so that when I'm coming at the station, my back is to the planet. What that's going to do is it's going to put me out towards the planet. Right now I'm going slow enough to disengage Super Cruise. You can tell by my speed in the lower left-hand corner, but my distance to the station isn't close enough. So we're going to wait until my distance is within 1 million meters, and so we're going to disengage because it's safe to disengage now. And disengage, we just punch J. So we are at Midgley Dock, and we're going to go to the left-hand menu. We're going to go under Contacts. We're going to select Midgley Dock, and we're going to lock target. This is important. And then we're going to reselect and request docking.
Docking request granted.
The reason why selecting the target was important is that when we get inside the station's actually going to tell us where we're going to land, not just by what landing pad number we have, but it's going to show us on the compass. If we don't have the station selected, targeted, it won't show us on the compass. So we're going to landing pad 31. Now I can frantically look around for 31, or I can just look at my compass and see that it's in the lower left-hand side. There we go, right under me. So I didn't even have to look for that. I'm going to drop my landing gear here. We're going to go in for a nice, graceful, probably crash landing.
Warning, landing gear not deployed. Landing gear deployed.
There we are.
Successful.
We're going to enter hangar. We're going to go to Starport Services real quick. Now, if we were handing in a normal mission, which we're not handing in a mission yet, we would go to the bulletin board, but we're trying to pick up pesticides. So we're going to go to the commodities market, and voila, they sell pesticides here. And we're going to check in our transactions here under our contracts. We need 12 tons of pesticides. So I'm going to buy 12 tons worth for 1,400 credits. So I'm actually going to make about 8,000 credits on this deal, because this is a 10,000 credit mission, right? Obviously, this requires capital to be able to buy it. I'm going to refuel before I do anything else. I'm going to exit, and I'm going to return to the surface. Now, if I were really thrifty, what I would do here is I'd go back into the Starport Services, look at the bulletin board, and see if there were any quick missions I can pick up going back to the system that I'm going to. Wait, which system do they come from? LFT 1300. There's not. But what I could do is, I have enough room for cargo to go to Kaka. I could pick this up and then fly to Kaka after I'm done dropping off this other mission, or whatever order I want to do it in. And so if you kind of like, do that, you can kind of have multiple missions at once. Or actually, you can have as many missions as you want running at once, as long as you're keeping track of where you need to go. We're not going to pick this mission up. We're just going to launch.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
And we're going to drop our landing gear. Or I should say raise our landing gear by hitting L. We're going to fly out of here. And I'm going to hit T to detarget. And there we go. I forgot to actually target the system I need to go back to. So we're going to go into the navigation menu here. And we need to fly back to LFT 1300. That was not that far away from here, I thought. There we go. It's really close. So we're going to lock destination, and we're going to rotate to go towards it. I'm going to boost just to kind of get us a little closer. And we're going to hit J to start our jump. And so our frame shift drive is going to kick up, and we're going to, basically frame shift from Super Cruise all the way into, I guess you could call it hyperspace or whatever. Read the owner's manual for your ship. It'll tell you what we're doing here.
3, 2, 1.
And for those of you that don't know, there is an owner's manual for this game. It's about 300 pages long, I believe. Full of all kinds of pretty graphics. It's kind of like reading a car manual sometimes. So again, I've throttled back. I am not flying towards the sun. I'm going to throttle up, fly away from it. And I need to return to your Virchow dock. So we're going to go and select Virchow dock here. That's a long ways away. So that whole thing about arching away from the station, right? We're not going to fly towards it, no, because that's a long ways to fly towards it and let someone get behind me. We're going to fly kind of in a parabola, right? We're going to arc away from the station, and then we're going to fly that way. And as you see here on my radar, I'm going to kind of go by a couple of planets. I'm going to avoid their gravity wells by doing this, so I can actually go up to full speed. I'll probably get up to about 39, 40 times the speed of light. Right, that's what C stands for, is the speed of light. It doesn't really stand for it, it's the constant of speed of light. But anyway, we won't get into technical details. I'll let someone like an astronomer or something like that describe that for you. Scott Manley. Alright. And if you do want someone to watch, Scott Manley has some wonderful videos. He's been playing this game since this was in beta, and I do recommend looking him up, especially if you play Kerbal Space Program as well. He has fantastic videos. He's an excellent guy and does not, he's child safe basically, So, alright, so we're getting a little closer to our station. We're about 7 seconds away. I'm going to throttle back into the blue band, the lower part of the blue band here. And that happened really fast in the last system because we were really close. And so I'm throttling back now. And again, I'm going to kind of spiral in towards this station. But going back to Scott Manley, the content in his videos is very good stuff. The man knows quite a bit about space. He's an astronomer, and really, well, he can teach you a lot about this game by teaching you a lot about other things that the game tries to replicate. So here we go. This is kind of a bad approach because I'm coming in right next to the planet. Really, I should have tried to get a little further away, but what I want to do again is put the planet between me and put the planet behind me so that I'm between the planet and the station. Now, I throttled up here. That was a bad idea because I'm going to be going way too fast as I get to the station, and I'm going to have to hit that button real quick again as I get down here. Whoop, and I didn't do it right. See? Oh, someone is interdicting me. Perfect. So, what you want to do is you want to go and fly towards the escape vector here, and I'm actually going to... this guy's doing a pretty good job. Let's see who he is. So, looks like it's a Cobra Mark III. I know I'm faster than him. Even though I can escape this, I'm actually going to submit by throttling back, and this way I don't take any ship damage, usually. There we go. And I'm going to throttle up. I've got all my pips in the engines, and I'm just going to boost away from him until my FST cooldown is gone. And you can see him behind me in the radar. And because I've got all my pips into my thrusters, into my engines, wow, really? He's throwing missiles at me? I am going to be able to escape him easily. Now, I do have really good thrusters on this ship, but pretty much any ship can just keep boosting, until you're safe enough, distance away. And we're going to actually jump out here. We're going to avoid the battle altogether. This is the way that you deal with interdiction if you don't have the ability to fight the guy. Now, I totally could have taken him, but I really wanted to show that. This is about the 4th time I've recorded this video, and I've missed an opportunity for someone to interdict me the whole time. So, again, spiraling towards the station, really important. Keeps people off your back, and he was obviously tailing me. So, what we're going to do here is we're just going to get into the station real quick. And by real quick, we set the auto cruise, right? I'm waiting till my distance is under 1,000 megameters and... sorry, 1,000 kilometers, and we're going to drop it. And there we go. And I didn't have the planet between me and the station, as you can see. There's the planet, and the station's kind of somewhere else. So I really came out on the wrong side. So what we're going to do is we're going to target the station. And it's going to give us some arrows there. See, it's good when I make mistakes because you guys learn more, right? And I'm going to follow those arrows on the targeted station. You can see it on the left-hand side where those are, so we're just going to fly that direction. And see, there's the dock. And we're going to request docking here.
Docking request granted.
I'm going to use my vertical thrusters a little bit, do some fancy flying for you. I hope no one gets motion sick. If that's the case, I apologize greatly. I know that spinning and rotating can be really bad for that. And here we go. We are coming into dock. We're going to throttle back just a little bit. And again, we're going to use our compass to find landing pad 44. And basically, it's right in front of us this time. Drop our landing gear. And we're going to just go right to 44 and land.
Landing gear deployed.
And then what we can do is we can hand in our mission now that we've got our pesticides.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
So we're going to enter the hangar. We're going to go to Starport Services. And we're going to go to the bulletin board. See there, we can deliver our cargo. Alright. He's going to give him cargo. He's going to get his pesticides. We've improved the economy in this station. We've reduced famine. Probably because we're killing off massive bugs that have been eating the crops. And we're good to go. Thank you for watching this video. Please come again if I ever make another one.